to master your mind, should we struggle inside? This is the first question. To control our mind, should we fight with ourselves inside? This is the question. What do you say? Should we fight inside ourselves, with ourselves?
No.
To control, to master our mind? No. So the first step, be relaxed. Be relaxed. Don't struggle. Mastering is possible only when you are with the utmost positive energy inside. And that state can be gained only when you are relaxed and calm. Don't struggle. Don't struggle. To master your mind, should we speak a lot inside? Should we go beyond that chit-chat, what we are doing inside? To master our mind, we should develop a new healthy habit to speak less as much as you can. These words are means to convey your message to someone. That's it. These words are means to understand, to contemplate about something. So when that kind of internal conversation is required, do that. But never be trapped in the habit of that doing inside always, that kind of chit-chat. Hope you are understanding. And you can observe, you may have experienced this. Word is not only the word. Word is related with so many things. Word is related with so many things. Whatever you pronounce inside, it connects so many things inside. If you say stone mountain, do you have ability to just be limited with these two words? No. Stone mountain, are you limited with these two words only? No. What comes? So many things. You have experienced, you have visited, you have gone so many times. Those memories come. Those experiences, they become projected in your mind. So word to remain, stick with words only, it is a very high state. So, for beginners, it is suggested use the words as much are they required. So, this is the concept that whatever you speak inside, it is not only limited up to that. It connects you to the object, to the memories, to the impressions or whatever related to that. So, listening to the bhajans, sometimes when you feel that now we need some time to just sit in silence for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes. So I suggest humbly, for 2-3 minutes in every satsang, just sit in silence and consider that also as your real bhajan. Do you agree with this? So, in this way, as much you will spend your time to maintain your inner silence, silence is related with peace. For learning, words are required. To experience peace, words are not required. Are you getting this point? For learning, to develop understanding, yes, words are required. How we learn? What is the process of learning? We, a teacher, using words, transform his or her wisdom, try to make us understand the subject. And what we have listened or heard in the class, to make our understanding clearer, what we do, we internally speak with ourselves. We discuss, we talk to ourselves, what I studied, was that right or not? In that way we contemplate, yes, it is good. To develop understanding, words, it may be in the outer world or in the inner, your inside. Words are useful to develop understanding. But if the understanding is there, then just be in that understanding. Then words are not required. Hope you are understanding my point. So, how many of you have disciplined your time in this way that at least for 1 hour in the morning, I don't talk to anyone. I just try to observe silence. In the Gurukul tradition, in the ashram tradition, generally we wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock, generally. Some people, they wake up even before, some after, that's okay. Up to 7 a.m., it is the discipline in the Gurukuls and ashrams in the Vedic tradition up to 7 or 7:30, they all are in silence. They don't talk to each other. Just namaste, that's it. And in the morning, there are some morning prayers. Prataragnim, Pratarindram, Havamahi, some mantras are. So they just sitting together, they just sing these 5 mantras, then after, no conversation. Till 7 or 7:30. You are with yourself, with your routine, whatever. But we don't talk to each other. And it helps you a lot to experience calm and peaceful state. Morning time is very beautiful time. So, I am not saying that being householders, you do like that. If it is possible in your way of living, if it can be set in your routine, then I suggest try. But those have small kids, I can understand. This is not a practical advice for them. Those have small kids. Those have, since morning, those are busy to prepare breakfast for the children, to just for the school and that and that. For them, I am not suggesting that. But who find themselves that yes, we can, we have gone through all that kind of upbringing, whatever. Children period, kids period, that is not now with us. Now we can, at least for 2 hours or 1.5 hours, we can promise with each other, without, if there is no emergency, then we will not talk to each other. We will be with ourselves. Is it possible? If it is possible for anyone, then try this. It helps. It helps. So to master your mind, we consciously try to develop good, healthy habits. As we have habits of talking to each other a lot, it's okay. That was also a phase of life. Don't criticize yourself. That was also a phase. That is also age. Now, if you find yourself that age-wise, now you are feeling yourself mature, and if you find that now you have some more opportunity to work on yourself, then just in very relaxed way, just try to adopt small new tips and try to be in good habits. So it helps when you speak less. It helps to master your mind. So if every day we devote 1 hour or 2 hours in this way what we are doing, we are generating, we accumulate new good sanskaras. In this way, what we are doing, we now starting accumulating new good healthy sanskaras. When you are experiencing peace, you are not only experiencing peace, at that time you are accumulating the sanskara of peace also. Whatever you experience, you accumulate the sanskara also. So, if you are experiencing for 1 hour, you are in relaxed state, in some peaceful state, then you are accumulating new sanskaras also. In this way, if every day for half an hour, 1 hour, you accumulate these kind of sanskaras, these sanskaras will help you a lot to maintain peace in other stages or other states of other time also. I understand this. If you have those kind of sanskaras are your real asset. That will help you in the daytime. Talking with someone, discussing with someone, arguing with someone. If someone is not in that balanced state, if someone is not in the balanced state with whom discussion is going on, but if you have that repository, that collection of sanskaras of peace, then you will be able to maintain your peace at that time as well. It will help you there. It will help you there as well. So in this way, we can, in very relaxed way, with understanding, with planning, every day we can deposit good sanskaras. With this understanding that these will help me facing challenges of life, these will help me to maintain my inner peace at that period in time as well. Is it clear? So with planning, with understanding, with very scientific way, by understanding the cause and effect rule, if you have good cause insight, then you will be able to maintain your peace facing the challenges. If you don't have that insight, then it is impossible to maintain your peace facing the challenges of life, facing ups and downs of life. So in this way, with understanding in relaxed way, try to give a new shape to your life, try to re-engineer your software. Hope you are understanding the point. So is it possible just 1 hour silence in the morning whenever you find time? Is it possible? We can try for that. Next thing, whenever you find there is a storm of thoughts, whenever you find, do simple thing. Just ask yourself to stop speaking inside. That's it. If you find that there are so many thoughts, just try to analyze thoughts. What is thought? Just a combination of words and scenes. And with those, emotions are there. That's it. What are thoughts? Words, then scenes and emotions. That's it. Is there anything more? Is there anything more?
Some fears.
Emotion that comes under fear. Fear comes under the emotion. So what is inside? Words, scenes, so many. And emotions. It may be fear, positive, negative, whatever. So many kind of emotions are there. So how to stop? Simple thing. Ask yourself, now I would not utter a single word inside. That's it. From my side. Consciously I will not speak. Consciously. If there are words, then I will not struggle. If there are so many words inside, I will not struggle with those. But consciously, this is my strategy and planning that I will not utter a single word. But you will find that no words are coming. You are not, at that time, you are not being able to stop. Don't struggle. But consciously, don't speak anything inside. If there are words, so many words, just witness them. What? Just be witness. Be witness. These words, these thoughts, these emotions are somewhere in the mental screen. Just ignore. Consciously don't speak inside. Simple, very simple. No struggle at all. And you will find slowly and slowly your mind has calmed down. You will find this. It will happen naturally. So consciously don't speak. If there are the words, don't struggle with them, just ignore. Just ignore. Consciously don't speak inside. So when you work on word, then automatically the scenes, how they are related with the words, they are coming because of words. They are coming because of words. Stone mountain, scenes, memories are coming because you are using inside stone mountain this word. Just an example. If you just restrict that pronunciation consciously, in relaxed way, again, in very relaxed way. If you stop uttering that inside, relaxed way, not forceful. In relaxed way, yes, there's no need to speak. Then you will find that the memories related to stone mountain or whatever, slowly and slowly, it will gradually, slowly it will decrease, diminish. And you will find that after some time there's nothing in your mind, you are experiencing peace. Just maintain relaxed state. Hope you are understanding. So, Vishnuji, there's 12:20. 5 minutes. Yesterday, where I visited, there was session of 2.5 hours. Okay? So 2.5 hour session we will cover in 3-4 Sundays.
It's up to the people.
Okay. So, in this way, we can master our mind. And one thing, very important thing, if you think that it is very tough, then yes, it is very tough. It's very tough, it's very hard. And if you auto-suggest yourself, it is very easy. I can. then it is very easy. You can. It depends on your attitude. Nothing is hard, nothing is tough. In the beginning, in the starting, very simple thing, pruning, is also very hard. Keeping your things in a systematic way is very hard. Maintaining your study table is very hard. Maybe for someone. But when we train child or kid and gradually it becomes the habit of child or kid, it becomes easy for them to keep room clean and perfect. It can be very easy for someone. It can be very hard for someone. Understanding? So what to think about this? This is very hard, it is not possible for me, or it is easy, I can do, it is possible for me. How should we think? In this way. No, it was possible for only Dayananda, only for Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Vivekananda. No, they were some extraordinary people. Christ, they were some extraordinary people. It was only possible for them. Okay then, you remain like this. This is your way of thinking. They also practiced. When you study the life of Dayananda, see how he struggled all the life to find a true master. Go through the life of Dayananda, biography of Dayananda. Since from the age of 19, age of 19 or from the age of 19? I am checking the grammar because sometimes I found that especially children, they speak so fluently, but when I focus myself on the grammar part, they do some, what can I say? Okay? So since then, he struggled for at least 15-16 years just to find the real master. 15-16 years he struggled to find the real teacher. Go through the life of Buddha. How many years he struggled to find the real teacher, to find the real technique. So many years they struggled. Okay. So, but after having the right technique, then it depends on us to practice, to spare your valuable some time for these things also. So, psychology suggests, don't think like that it is very tough. What happens inside? If you consider anything very hard and tough, then what happens inside? Do you get closer? Do you want to practice that, or do you want to avoid that? This is psychology. This is natural. If you have that kind of understanding, it is tough. Then you will not be limited only with this understanding. The second ripple will begin in your mind that you will say, no, this is not my cup of tea. I am not made for these kind of things, at least for in this life. I will see in the next life. I will see in the next life. So I am here for in satsang, it's okay, up to bhajan, it's okay, but to meditate, to master your mind, no, this is not my cup of tea. It is, I have just started my journey to come in satsang, and rest of things are left for the further lives, next lives. Again, as I said that you are not only limited with stone mountain world. In the same way, when you just develop this understanding that it is hard, then you are not only limited with this understanding. It is hard means I will not do. I will not do. My mind is, I am not ready to practice all these things. I am okay with cleaning and that. I will do so many other good jobs. I will do some more seva. I will donate some more. I will treat some more patients. It's good. We think like that. I will teach some more. I will teach in charity students. It's good. But to be good with others, it will help you if you are good with yourself. It will help you because you have that kind of soft heart that you want to serve others. You are great. It will help you if you support yourself inside, if you just mature yourself inside by learning some techniques and meditation, then you will be able to serve others more. But that is your mission. Some people have very good heart. They want to serve. What to sit, what to practice. No, they want to serve. They are very good in that part. But if they learn these things, it will help them a lot to better their service in that way. Now it is 12:30. I can speak for 4 hours, more than that. It's up to you. The one session especially with the youth, what do you think that you take interest in this kind of topics and discussions or not? What is your understanding? Some youth. Generally, every soul takes interest when they find that there is some gain. Every soul takes. So one session lasted for 4 hours with youth, discussing these kind of things for 4 hours. So, simple thing, how many points today we have tried to understand? How to master our mind? First point, anyone? First point, just please speak. Anyone? Be relaxed. Don't struggle. First point. Second point. Speak less. Speak less. Try to observe at least 1 hour silence. the day. Okay? Speak less. It will help you a lot. In this way, generate new, good, healthy sanskaras. And other point? Words are useful to learn. But for silence, words are not required. For enlightenment, words are not required. Before that, words are helping to understand. Are you getting my point? To develop understanding, how can you will think using some language inside. How you will understand the subject? If you have some command on Sanskrit, Hindi or English, any language, then you will understand the subject. In this way, words are very useful, essential. But to experience silence and other things, not much required. Sometimes people say, we don't know Sanskrit. Then why? No problem. If you don't know Sanskrit, no problem. Do you find the English translation of Sanskrit? The meaning of the mantra in the English, do you find that translation or not? Is that available or not?
Yes.
That is available. If you have age, if you have time in your life, then it is suggested, learn Sanskrit also. Learn Sanskrit language also. And if you have good Sanskrit, then why you are limited with only Sanskrit only? Then learn German also, learn French also, Spanish also, English also. As many languages you know, it is good to help the society, to pass the message. But if you find yourself that now at this age, 70, 80, maybe someone, okay, at this age to learn Sanskrit, it is very hard for someone. And don't be afraid of that. Whatever is written in Sanskrit, fortunately you have the translations in Hindi and in English. Go through the translation in your language. The main thing is understanding, not the language. What is the main thing? Understanding. Are you understanding this? You can develop understanding through Hindi, English, Sanskrit. The main thing is understanding. But if you have time, then learn the original language. It helps a lot. For example, we speak, we chant, recite Gayatri Mantra, Om Bhuru Bhuvah Swaha. If you know Sanskrit well, then you don't need translation inside. What do you will do inside? You translate. Giver of life. Bhuvah, remover of sufferings. What you are doing? Translating. In translation, what you are doing? You are using more words or not? What you are doing inside? You are using more words. Your mind is occupying in more words. But if you directly you have good understanding, you understand this language, then you don't need translation. Then you are going in that understanding directly, giver of life. Within less words, you are going in that understanding directly. Getting my point? So with understanding, if you have time, then I suggest learn Sanskrit. But I don't suggest to learn Sanskrit in that kind of age. These children, it is good they learn. And some of you, those are young, under 50, 60, you can learn simple things. So in this way, learning of language helps, learning of Sanskrit helps, that you directly understand. Tade jati. Now what you are doing inside? Where is Devika? She hasn't come today. So, Tade jati. Tade jati, do you remember the meaning? What is the meaning? Tade jati Sanskriti? Tade jati. No, I think she was not in that class. Were you there in the class? Okay, then Shruti. Perfect. God gives motion to all. Tad ejati. What is the meaning? God gives motion to all. Planet, stars, galaxies, whatever, particles. God is giving motion to all. They on their own, they can't rotate or revolve in a systematic, particular way. So, you need translation. The person who knows Sanskrit, Tade jati. Directly he is in that understanding. Within few words. So, less and less mental energy is occupied in words. More energy is occupied in experience. Are you getting? Are you understanding? Okay. So in this way, any other tip? Yes? Be witness. Consciously don't speak. But if there are so many words or thoughts, whatever in your mind, be witness, don't stop. Consciously don't support them. Don't speak. Whatever is there, then be witness. Then gradually you will find that your mind is calming down. And any other?
Maintain peace, you develop the sanskar of peace. So
It will help facing the challenges. Yeah, with this understanding, start generating, earning, accumulating good sanskars. With understanding. Don't you force yourself. If you have understanding, then you will do your thing. Then you will do. If you don't have understanding, you will not do. Any other tip?
Learn more techniques.
Pardon?
Learn more techniques for self-improvement.
Yeah, learn techniques, practice techniques for the self-improvement. Very good. Anything else?
thought is equal to word plus scene plus emotion.
Thought is equal to word plus scene plus emotion. If you want to come out from the scene and emotion, simple thing, stop word. Don't speak. The next chain reaction will be stopped. There is the chain reaction, that scene and emotion. Anything else?
Got to
Be witness. Anything else?
You think it's tough, it's tough.
This is the point. What I want to listen. If you think this is tough, then it is tough. Then leave all this for the next birth. Do what you want to do. You are very good. All of you are really very divine and good. Okay, you are serving the society. It is good. Be satisfied with that. Leave all these things for the next birth. If you feel it is tough, then leave. No, you will not leave. It will automatically happen. Okay? So if you don't want to do that mistake, then accept these things as
Simple.
that they are not tough, they are easy. You can also do. You can also do. So,
Okay, I got two questions.
yeah, Vishnuji, I am always here. Please check your that clock.
You can answer next time, but my question was that if the mind comes to the silence, because man is known to be doing at least one thing at one time. So what it should do when it comes to the silence?
Yeah.
That's one. Second thing is lot of time when we have lot of bad thoughts or thoughts in mind, we start chanting a bhajan or singing something that takes the direction away from those thoughts to the bhajan.
Just-
But again, that's a chain reaction because then we start speaking the bhajans. So it's a good or bad?
I would like to listen the second question again. Before that, the answer of the first question. Okay, the answer of the first question. Your question is if we are in silence, mind at a single time, mind do single thing. So at that time, what we will do? What mind is doing? At that time, mind is helping you to experience silence. My mind is occupied in that way that it is helping you to experience silence. It is helping. Okay? Is it clear, the answer of first question? Now please repeat the second question.
Second question is, if there are too many thoughts in mind, to get distracted from those thoughts, one can start music or singing or chanting, right? In a way you are speaking more words, but then there are good words. So is it good that it is taking us away from bad thoughts, but then you said speaking more is not good. So how do we draw the balance?
Yeah. Is the question clear? Is the question clear? So good question. So there are levels. If there are the flow of the negative thought, whatever, so it is one method. Generate a flow of a positive thought by using positive words, by using singing, praising God, bhajans. Okay. So what is going on there? That in that way you are coming out from that negative cycle and you are now in the positive. But if you want to experience some other level, so positively what we are singing, what we are doing inside good. Singing bhajans is very good. In that way what we are doing, we are using words, and what words are not only words, they are generating understanding and emotions. So singing bhajan, if you find that you are now in a good emotional state, now this is time to stop words. Just experience, be with those good emotions and feelings for some while. But you will find that you will not be, sometimes you won't be able to maintain that feeling and experience. Then again, thoughts are coming, negative. Then just again start singing. And when you find that now you have good feeling and experience, then stop singing. Be with that. Experience that. In that way, so I suggest that don't continuously do singing. In between, give pauses of silence. It will help you a lot. Or it will improve the quality of session. In this way. Shanti?
Just one last comment. This words don't speak also applies to don't read newspaper.
Of course.
Don't look at messages, text messages.
Of course. That is also a word. In Sanskrit, there are 4 stages to be enlightened. First one is Shravana, Manana. Have you heard these? Shravana. Okay, the next time. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. It will again take so much time. So, next session, I will ask you if there is any question on the past session, then ask, then we'll go ahead. Then you can ask this question next time. Okay. Dhanyavad. Oh.